Welcome. I'm David Payne. This is my brand new YouTube channel, and it's going to revolve around a bunch of different photography topics. The reason that I decided to create this channel is essentially just to share some of my photography experience and ideas, and also to learn things from just trial and error experience and from my community as well. So I'm really looking forward to this ride and what's to come. So thanks for being here. So now that I got the cheesy intro out of the way, this video is going to be revolving around locations and how to location scout. And I'm just going to give some insight on some of the tips and tricks that I like to use to find locations. And at the end of the video, my wife Peyton and I are going to go out and go shoot a location that I found the other day. So of course, one of the main tools that I like to use is just Google Earth or like maps or anything like that. It's really helpful, especially when you're going to a location that you're not familiar with, to just kind of scout it out beforehand. One trick that I find really helpful is coming over here and say you want to just take pictures of, trains or something like that. You can check that and it'll show you all the different locations that you want to take pictures on the train tracks. I know it's a controversial subject, but you can do that. And even with that, you can follow the tracks around and find different locations that are interesting to you. Say you're just looking around and you just happen to stumble across some train tracks with a really conveniently placed parking garage here that you can take pictures of the tracks from. Not that anyone has ever done that before. Using Street View can really help to put things into perspective. You can get a better idea of what a location looks like. More so than just, looking at 2D images of them on Google. So the next trick that I'll use is I'll go into Instagram and I'll go to the search and I'll type in a location. And once I do that, I'll go over to places and I'll select the location that I'm looking for. And once you're there, you can look at a bunch of different people's pictures of, stuff that they post. And if you do enough scrolling, every once in a while, you'll find like a cool location that they post. If you see a photo that you think is interesting or a location that you think you'd want to scout, you can click on it on the location on Instagram and it'll show you a map of photos that have been taken at that location, and then if you even zoom out, it'll show you all different locations that people have taken pictures at. The last and final option is honestly pretty obvious, but it's to just get out and drive around. If you just hop in a car and drive up and down some streets that you've never been up and down, you might find something cool, especially if you go around at different times of the day. The other day, I was driving around at night, and I drove by this cafe, and they had this neon sign with like a booth in front of it. I don't really know how to explain it, but I just thought it was really cool looking, and I've never seen it before, and I just found it from driving down a road that I've never been down before at nighttime. And so Peyton, my wife, and I are actually going to go out and take some pictures of that right now. So this is the location that I had in mind, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the shot that I want because the delivery truck is parked right where I'm supposed to stand for the picture. It's blocking literally the entire thing. We just got back from the location. How do you think it went? Do you actually think that, or?
Well, I mean, other than the car in the way, and like the lights, it would have been cooler if the lights inside the restaurant were off, but then the offset, the on open sign would be off too. Ow.
Uh-huh. So, as you could probably tell from the footage last night, things didn't really go to my plan as that truck was in the way. So I wasn't able to get the square on photo that I wanted. What I did get was still okay. They're kind of like cinematic film style photos, I guess. They kind of remind me of a painting by Edward Hopper. I think it's called Nighthawks. It just kind of has a similar style or aesthetic, I guess. I am kind of glad that things didn't go to my plan because it kind of forced me to adapt, and I actually ended up getting a photo that I liked way more anyway, and that's this one here. It's just kind of like a trendy Instagram type photo, nothing crazy, but to create the reflection effect in this photo, I just used a photography prism which reflects light. When editing, as you could see, I took my favorite photo with my favorite reflections and I stacked them all on top of each other. I guess what I learned from this shoot is just that, you know, things don't always go to like your plan, I suppose. Like, you kind of, as a photographer, you get this image in your mind of what you think a photo is going to be, and a lot of the time that doesn't really work out, and you have to just be able to adapt and work through the difficulties, and sometimes that can lead to greater things anyway. So that's just kind of like a good skill to work on, I suppose. Always remember, the most important thing when going out and checking out new locations is to just be safe and always go with other people. Never go out to places you're unfamiliar with alone. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.